Here's the story, Maliki and Matthew and Anthony. And Cody, here's the story, Cody. I think Cody heard this at the other green event in the church.
Oh, probably.
This story is told in a mountain village way over in Europe. And it's still told to this very day, but a long time ago.
Wasn't it?
Many, many years ago, it was near that little principality called Liechtenstein, exactly. So, in this village, a long, long time ago, all the villagers lived really happily. Except they had one pesky little guy. He had a little ukulele, which is like a banjo, only smaller, and he could only play one song on it. He went around just playing this song all day long. All day long he played the same song, and they got so tired of it. They said, "Oh, little boy, can't you play a different song?" They got so tired of it. And the little boy, he didn't have a mother or a dad, but he lived with his grandfather. And his grandfather wasn't very popular, too. He was a magician, and he had a magic wand. And you know what he'd do with his magic wand? What would he do?
Oh, it disappeared everywhere.
Exactly. He'd make things disappear. When somebody was going to eat an ice cream cone on a real hot, sunny day, he'd go up and go, zoop, 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 and there'd be no ice cream cone. Gosh. And if somebody was telling a story and somebody spoke too much in the story, and they should have been listening, the magician would go zoop, 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 and Katie would disappear. Just like that. And sometimes
somebody was wearing a hat far away, you zap them. And no hat.
And the hat would disappear, just like that. But I like my hat. And you know,
how about these stuff your hat?
Once a worker was coming home, he worked really hard all day out milking the cows and making a garden the way you did. And he came back and he was going to sit down in the chair, and the grandfather went zoop, 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 and the chair disappeared, and the fellow sat down flat on his bottom. And so the villagers weren't very happy with the granddad, and they said, "Granddad, you've got to live outside of town. We don't want you here anymore. Go and live outside of town. And take that pesky little boy with the ukulele out there too." So they were banished from the town. And it was kind of sad, but the villagers carried on. Now there's one more character in this story. And this is a big character. Although the village lived peacefully, they were always worried about a big giant who sometimes would come down from the mountains. A big, big, big giant. And his name was Abeyoyo. So they always lived in fear of Abeyoyo. But they kept living, and the grandpa was outside of town, and the little boy was outside of town, until one day the townspeople woke up, and instead of the sun shining all day long, all of a sudden the sun started to cloud. Oh, they couldn't see the sun. And they looked out their windows, and they said, "What is that?" And they said, "Oh, my gosh, Abeyoyo. He was so big he blocked out the sun." And all the people said, "It's Abeyoyo! It's Abeyoyo! Run inside! Run inside! Run inside!" So they all ran inside, and they peeked out their windows to watch to see what sort of damage Abeyoyo would do. And sure enough, as Abeyoyo walked into the town, he leaned down and he said, "Oh, food." And he grabbed a sheep from the fields, and he picked it up, and he ate the whole sheep in one bite. And he walked close to the town, and the whole ground shook. And then he leaned down and he picked up a whole cow. And he ate the cow.
And one bite.
Oh, Abeyoyo was big. Really big. And you know what? The townspeople were really frightened. And outside of the town, Granddad and the little boy, they thought, "What's that funny noise? What is that noise? There's this thumping noise." And they realized all of the other sounds of the town had disappeared. And they thought, "We better go and see what's going on." So they peeked in town, and they saw, there he was. He was so big. He's as big as 10 houses. And he has long, stringy hair, because he never washes it and brushes it. And long, curly, dirty fingernails, because he never cleans them. And his teeth are all slobbery, because he never brushes them. In short, he is very bad. He has very bad hygiene. You know hygiene? Yeah. You want to know good hygiene, not bad hygiene. So, everybody was worried. Everybody was worried. But you know what the granddad said? The granddad said, "Oh, that's Abeyoyo. If only I could get him to lie down on the ground, I could make him disappear with my magic wand." And the little boy listened to that and he thought, "Well, I have an idea. Follow me, Grandpa, follow me." So the two walked into town. And as Abeyoyo came into town, the little boy came up to old Abeyoyo and he said, "Abeyoyo, Mr. Abeyoyo, And Abeyoyo looked down. And he thought I might eat that boy. He said, Abeyoyo, I have a song for you. And he started to sing and he started to play. Abeyoyo, 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 Abeyoyo. Well, the giant Abeyoyo sort of liked this, because nobody in Giant Land had a song named after them. He liked it so much, he started to dance like this. And the boy sang louder, sang Abeyoyo, 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 Abeyoyo. So the giant kept dancing and dancing, the boy kept singing, and the giant got pretty tired, and after the next chorus, he started to get really tired, but the little boy just played faster. Abeyoyo, 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 Abeyoyo. And soon the giant was so tired, he laid down. And as soon as he did, the grandpa, who was hiding behind a bush, he went out with his magic wand. He started at his feet and he went zip, 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 ran all along, zip, 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 got to his head, and the giant totally disappeared. He was gone forever. But you know what? All the people who lived in the village had been watching from behind the curtains and the windows. And they were so happy. They all came out and they cheered for the little boy. Yay! And they cheered for the grandpa. Yay! And they put them up on their shoulders and they said, come on back and live here. Come on back and be part of us. You've saved the village. And you know, if you go back to that village now, the people often sing this song. They sing, Abeyoyo, Abeyoyo, Abeyoyo.